Hello, trail travelers. It's Carrie and Katerina out here in the Buena Vista area. A lot of people ask us what are some good trails to go hit during, this early part of the year. This is actually Mother's Day, 2022, May 8th, and there aren't a lot of things open in Colorado. You have the Rampart Range area, you've got Blunt School Road, you've got Yankee Hill, and seemingly that's about it. But there's also Chinaman Gulch, which is super popular down here in Buena Vista. But Chinaman Gulch is definitely on the harder side of things. But what if you're looking for something a little easier? Well, there is a lot of trails in this area, and it's kind of separated between a north side and a south side, split down the middle by Highway 285. On the south side, that's where we spent a lot of time. That's where we went camping around the Bald Mountain area. We did some exploring around the Castle Rock Gulch area. And boy, is that some beautiful area. Now, Wild Trails Off-Road rates all the trails in that area as a 3-3. They're actually really easy. I mean, we had our trailer with us, and we easily could have taken our Subaru Outback. Now, it may not be as popular as Chinaman Gulch, but this area is super popular with motorcyclists, ATVs, and side-by-sides. Today, we're on the north side of 285, and this area is called the 4 Mile area. Not sure why, and if you know why, please let me know in the comments. Why is this area called 4 Mile? And there's a bunch of trails here. Now, we're gonna hit a handful of different trails, making a big loop for ourselves. We're gonna take the hardest one here, which is rated a 3-4, not very difficult. And we're gonna swing around on a number of other trails to come back to here. That's one way of doing it, or you can just explore. Either way, we're gonna hit the 4 Mile area here in Buena Vista. So stay right there. We'll be right back. Okay, we are getting started on Len Hardy Cutoff. We dropped the trailer off at a parking lot, and we're gonna just go do a little exploring around here. We'll get past the cattle guard, thumbs up, and we've got our map going here for Trails Off-Road so we can see where we're going. Now, the interesting thing about even getting to the Len Hardy Cutoff area is that was one of the more difficult areas in this area. Just the road to this, if you want to call this a trail, Now, I know some of you who watch our videos are gonna be like, oh, not another dirt road. Well, yeah, sometimes, The thing is, we like nice, hard trails. We like easy scenic trails. We like road trips. We like a wide variety of different things. So when it comes to the videos that we produce, it's the stuff that we enjoy doing. And sometimes getting out on a dirt road with a few whoops and things is enough because of the area that we're in. So if you don't like the easy trail stuff, wait for another video, I guess. It's kind of an interesting little area here where we got the sides higher than where the trail is. And what we're coming up on is a beaver pond. we're gonna take this super nice and slow so that we can see if, you know, see how deep this is. I'm gonna open my window so I can look out, make sure. And on the left here is a nice sized beaver pond. So that little water crossing was about 6 inches deep. Now, some of the road here is pretty sandy, and one of the things you do not want to do in the sand is stop. Stopping in sand can end up getting you stuck. It doesn't seem super deep yet, but there is quite a bit of sand in this area, so definitely want to be careful on how you handle yourself through here. Now the hill here says that you should maybe switch into 4 low, but I mean in the Jeep it's not going to have any real issue with this. We are in 4 high just to make sure that we have plenty of traction, but shouldn't be any real issue with having to switch into 4 low for pretty much any vehicle. Now this would be about the first of what I would call an obstacle, and this is kind of going to be a gatekeeper for some vehicles right here. You got a nice little rock ledge to go up over. Nothing, you know, difficult, but we're just going to cruise right up it. And we haven't aired down, so shouldn't be a big deal. This doesn't look like it's going to be, you know, that difficult of an area, but it is a little rocky right here. Now what's nice about this section of the trail / road is we're in a more forested area. Very, very pretty. You can smell the pine trees. There's wildflowers that are popping, but this has been cleaned up by the Forest Service. I mean, there's a lot of trees that have been taken out to open it up a little bit, which gives you some nice views on either side. So even though we're in the forest, it's not super thick like it normally would be. It's fairly open, and that makes for really some beautiful areas. On our back right side, we can see Mount Princeton. Off on our left, we've just got some really, I mean, it's just gorgeous views here. It really is.
Look at this way, Jimmy.
So as we turn here, oh, I don't think we'll be able to, we'll have to get another camera view of that. Make a little right at this intersection here. I think this is gonna loop us back around. But as we come up over the hill here, look at this view. You got snow-capped mountains off in the distance. Oh, this is just a little campsite. Really nice. Let me make a little quick turn here so you can see this just incredible view here.
Yeah. 360 degrees.
This is absolutely gorgeous here. So this is a huge campsite area here.
Can you make a loop in a Jeep? So
Yeah.
it will show?
Let's do a kind of a 360 here. I'll just spin around so you can see this spot literally has 360 degree view up here. There's,
That is Mosquito Pass, right?
I believe Mosquito Pass would be over there.
That is Princeton.
Mount Princeton over here.
Those 14ers.
Look at these 14ers, yeah. Just what an amazing view. Now, this is going to get really windy up here, you know, if you're camping, but wow, just wow in terms of view up here.
And then there is another campsite a little bit down there.
Yeah, over on the right-hand side there.
In the rocks.
Yeah.
Oh, this is spectacular. I love to come here.
And you know, we're only to drive back to Buena Vista. How long do you think it would take from right here?
From right here, it will take an hour.
Probably an hour to get out of here and
Yes.
back to town.
Yes.
As the crow flies, it's probably only a couple miles, but you got to get out of all these trails and then get back into town. But I mean, that's probably one of the coolest campsites I've ever seen, right there.
It's on the top of our list.
Just awesome. We're at waypoint 4, and it's a bit confusing as to what's what here. It says continue straight at this intersection for the Big Sandy Trail. Forest Service Road 376A joins from the right. So I think we just kind of went to the right there, and I think we're going to be good. The main thing is to just pay attention to the app, and if you start getting off trail, then correct yourself. This definitely put us in the right spot. This section is called Big Sandy. Not really sure why. It's less sandy than some of the other areas. And we have another intersection here, and this one we are going to take to the left. I think that's going to be correct. Nope, it's not. This is a campsite. So, turned a little early on that one. But you can see some of these campsites can easily house, you know, a handful of vehicles. Okay, so we'll go up this little hill here, and there's the other road to the right, and we're gonna stay on 376. All right, now we've got it under control. So a moment ago we were talking about how quickly you can get back into town, and we just saw a sign and it said access to 285, 5 miles.
Yes.
So assuming that's going to put us somewhere on 285 around Johnson Village probably, and that's going to be gas and services, and then you're right around the corner from Buena Vista. As you can see, this section of the road is quite a bit wider, and it's really smooth through this section. Along the way, there are a number of other campsites that we pass, and on the right is a trail going off to McGee Gulch, which is going to be an easier trail for some people. Now, just up ahead right here is a seasonal gate, and this is closed from December 1st through April 15th. And as soon as we come through this gate, the road is a little narrower and it's a little rougher. There's a few more rocks in the road here. So it's a very stark transition from before the gate to after the gate here. Now, off to our right-hand side is a pretty amazing view right here. You can see all the way over to those snow-capped mountains. This right here is worth doing this trail just to see this amazing view. We got a little cruise here through a small aspen forest. Nothing big, but still kind of pretty, kind of different. The views here are still absolutely amazing. I do want to take a moment and talk about who this trail is for. This is not a difficult trail. There's nothing dangerous about this trail. There's no big, huge climbs or big roll angles. This is for someone who is just getting started, who wants to get their feet wet, getting off-road, and have a good off-road experience. Now, you're not doing rock crawling here. This is just going to be a fun trail, and you get the bonus of having some amazing views. Now, of course, I just got done telling you how easy of a trail this is, and we come upon this section. Now, I'm not going to say that this section is hard. It's just very, very rocky. So you're going to have to slow down and just kind of crawl through it. Otherwise, you're really going to get bounced around. But really, so far, this has been the most difficult section of the whole trail. Last little section here puts you on a little bit of a shelf road. We got some little ruin right here in front of us. I think some kind anyway. And when you're going up on the driver's side to stay away from the cliff, you'll get yourself a few degrees of roll going on. So I'm gonna put our meters on here so we can see what we're getting into. But you are tipping towards the passenger side. That was about 14 degrees, 14, 12, 13, 10, 11, 12, 9. So you're gonna get just a little tippy as you go through this section here, especially in a Jeep. So that's 15 degrees right there. Now for a first timer, that's gonna feel really weird, tipping over to 15 degrees, but it's nothing. It's totally safe. 15 degrees is nothing. 25 degrees, totally safe. You're not gonna roll at 25 degrees. I've had this Jeep at 35 degrees. So there's plenty of room to go when you're only, in that 20, 25 degree tilt range. And this road is only giving us about 15. But when you're new, that's gonna feel a little weird.
It is.
Directly in front of us is 285. So we've come all the way from Buena Vista straight east, basically, to where 285 turns north. So that is the road in front of us. And funny thing, I've seen this section from the highway many times, never thought about exploring back here. When we got to the end of Len Hardy Cutoff, we made a left on Chubb Park. Now we're only doing a small section of this as it takes us over to 7 Mile Creek, in which case we'll make a left on there and start heading back into the 4 mile area so we can go get our trailer. It's at the beginning of Len Hardy Cutoff. lot of different names around here, a lot of trails around here. Definitely have a tool on you, such as Trails Off-Road, so you don't get lost around here. There's a lot of cool stuff. So we went up a mile or so on Chubb Park, and now we're gonna be making a left onto 7 Mile Creek. Now you could make a right here and go right onto 285 if you wanted, or make a right past the cattle guard and go on Trout Creek.
Left.
Right to Trout
Okay.
Creek.
Okay.
But we are going to hang onto 7 Mile Creek here. So this is Forest Service 309. So when you see little trails or roads going off in other directions, if they have a letter on them, that usually designates it's a dead end somewhere, because it's not a complete road. That will often take you back to a campsite, a picnic area, or just the end of the trail for whatever reason. So we're staying on 309, and that's what we're going to take for a good distance here. Look at this.
Thanks. Gonna be tan.
This, I mean, this is off the charts on the scenic scale. I mean, we're heading right towards all these 14ers here. They're covered in snow. Just a beautiful, beautiful view. Wow. I mean, I can't remember what I was talking about now when we came around that corner and we had this view. Oh yeah, the difficulty. This is a super easy road right now. But if something comes up that ups the difficulty, of course, we'll highlight it. Look at this long straight road. It's rough, you know. You're probably hearing a lot of noise from stuff bouncing around and the suspension on this rough surface. But it's still a very easy road. But this view, you know, we saw that road just going on and on and on, seemingly right into the mountains. Makes up in difficulty with some amazing views. Now this section here marks the site of the Goddard Ranch Homestead. Now both sides of this road are private property, so there is no exploring down there. Just take pictures, take some video, but this is private property, and that would be trespassing to go down there. So please respect the owners here and stay off, I guess. Just stay on the road. But it is cool to see some old cabins and things here. It's nice that they're, you know, at least kept up, and instead of being torn down. That's kind of neat. And coming up on our right hand side is going to be a little pond. Yep, Goddard Ranch. Got a little pond here. That's kind of pretty. It's like we saw over there on Len Hardy Cutoff. This section is seasonally closed from December 1st through April 15th. This is the gate right here. You can probably get to this all year round, but during that winter season, that gate's going to be closed, going the opposite direction. We're coming in from the end of 7 Mile Creek, and we're going towards the beginning of it because of the loop that we did. So here at this, you know, closer to the beginning of it is definitely harder than at the end. So, okay, I'm going to be fair and say, yeah, this is going to be on that 3.3 level.
Low.
Low threes.
Very low.
Sure. And it's just, you know, you want a little ground clearance.
Yeah.
You don't want to be bringing low passenger cars through here. Like this one here. I mean, this is a nice, like 3-foot hill here. If you don't have the approach angle, you could scrape on that.
And we have water crossing actually again. That's why.
Okay. Have a bit of a water crossing here. Kind of cool. This is definitely going to take out some passenger cars, upping, you know, that difficulty a little bit. We'll swing around here and start climbing up the hill. Look at this amazing view up here. Do a little bit of a turn here, nice and slow. We, as I've said before, we'll take on the hard trails, and we also like easy scenic trails. And you want a nice, easy scenic trail? Yeah, this 4-mile area, yeah, it's hard to beat.
I don't regret we come here.
Not at all. Not at all.
Very beautiful.
And yes, this is what Katerina wanted to do on Mother's Day. This was not my choices here.
Mentioned that
Yeah.
we're taking.
Now, we're at the end, or beginning, as it were, of 7 Mile Creek. And in front of us is a T intersection here. And I wanted to point it out, because if you go to the right, you can go see a natural bridge. If we're going to go to the left, we're going to circle around almost to the beginning of Len Hardy Cutoff, which will have made for a very big loop for us today. Kind of cool. But this is Natural Bridge Road or something, or Natural Bridge Trail.
It's
And
the end of it.
yeah, so you could swing this around, and there's a little hike to a little natural bridge that you can walk over. Kind of cool. But we're going to take this back to Len Hardy Cutoff and go pick up our trailer. We'll see just what this trail has in store for us along the way. On our left-hand side, the driver's side, we got a really nice view of some of the hills, but it's the passenger side that we're showing you right now. That's what really makes this a spectacular trail. Absolutely gorgeous. Super pretty. It's just really hard to narrate while I'm looking at these views, because they're just absolutely spectacular. Now, we've been talking about this area in terms of what you could do this time of year, and this is May 8th. It's Mother's Day. Now, if you wait just a little bit longer, like another month or so, there's a lot more things to do around here. First, up on Mount Princeton, you go all the way to the top, and you'll find the St. Elmo Ghost Town. Very, very cool. We love going there. There's so many chipmunks that come over and try and eat out of your hands. Very, very cool. There's a popular trail there called Tin Cup. We have a video on that if you want to take a look at that. Very, very popular trail. There's a Mount Princeton trail that goes up the hill. We've not done that. We may come back and do that this summer.
When it will be open.
Yeah, when it'll be open.
But now.
Right now, this time of year, kind of that side, there's a highway that goes down. That's, you know, where the city of Buena Vista is. The trails on the west side are all closed right now, and we're on the east side of Buena Vista. But in the summer, usually mid-June to end of June, those other trails start opening up. Well, this made for a pretty awesome day. We turned part of this 4-mile area into a giant loop for us. And as we turn the corner, there's our little beast of a trailer right there, our tribe trailer overland base camp. So we're gonna get hooked up and head home.